Hi golfers, Nick here from American Golf and down the Aintree store. Today I'm doing a head-to-head. I had a couple of messages on social media just asking me the difference between Cobra F8 Plus, Callaway Rogue Sub-Zero. So both of these clubs, because of the loft settings, I've tried to put them in exactly the same. So I've had to put them in the 8 degrees, which may not be my perfect setting, but they're both the same loft. Now both clubs have weight ports in the back here. Sub-Zero 2 and 14, so I put the 14 front. Cobra have 2 and 12, so I've put the 12 front. So both in the low spin settings, both 8 degrees. We're going to do a head to head, 5 shots of each club. I'm going to alternate the shots. So we're going to go Rogue first, then F8 Plus, and so on. We've got Pro V1 golf balls, GC quad. We'll take a look at that data, sit down afterwards, see what the difference is between these two golf clubs. Okay, shot 1, Sub-Zero, Rogue. Okay, felt really good. First shot, looks decent strike. Let's have a look. So just going down the right, starting to draw back, just over about 285, 156 ball speed, not bad for the first shot of the day there. 11.5 degrees launch, backspin 2,700, so a little bit high on the backspin there. Could have been the way I hit it, but we'll see. Okay, shot 1, F8 Plus. Great looking drive this. Nice shape. Like the contrast of colours. Got pretty solid. Can definitely get a bit more out of it, but nice flight there. So I just started down the right, drawing back. Similar sort of distance, 287, 160 ball speed. It's pretty high first shot of the day for that club. 10 degrees launch, 3,000 backspin, so backspin's a little bit high. Could be the way I'm hitting it. Okay, good start from both clubs there. So Rogue, second shot. Okay, felt pretty good. Definitely lower spinning this time. Just drawing over that line. So distance wise, back 290, ball speed 156, launched at 11, backspin better rate there, just under 2,000. Okay, so shot 2, F8 Plus. Just warming up nicely. Felt really solid that. Do like the feel of this Cobra. Just overdrawing slightly, decent strike. So 288, 160 ball speed, again getting good ball speed off the Cobra. Launching just over 10, backspin 2,600, not bad. Shot 3 Rogue. Felt pretty good. Maybe wasn't the best, but drawing back nicely to the middle. Pretty good. 288, 158 ball speed, launched at 10, backspin 2.4. Pretty good strike there. Just a little bit low to the toe, you can see it on the screen there. So maybe wasn't quite out the middle, but really good flight there from the Rogue. Okay, so shot 3, F8 Plus. Don't think there's gonna be much in it between these clubs. Just towed that slightly. Okay, that wasn't a great swing that. You should probably see it on the screen with the strike. Definitely high toe. Wow, still got out there. 293, that was not a good strike. You see it on the screen there. So ball speed dropped down to 155, launched at 14, backspin 2.4. I was very surprised with the distance there, considering the strike, so very forgiving, the Cobra. So, shot 4 Rogue. Just overdrawn that a little bit, just turn it over. Yeah, just going down the left, that was me. Felt good, struck it good. So distance, around about 290, 289. 158 ball speed, launched at 10, backspin 2,000. It was a good strike that, but a little bit of error by me, just closed the face going through, but felt really good. Good distance, good numbers. Okay, shot 4 with the F8 Plus. That felt good. Do like the feel of this Cobra. 160 ball speed, get some good ball speed off this club today. It's out there, 292. So 160 ball speed, launched at 11, backspin 2.4. That was a better strike that time. You can see on the screen there, a lot closer to the middle. So we've got one more to go with both of these golf clubs. It's got one shot left with both these golf clubs. I'm going to try and put a little bit extra into it, see if we can get a bit more distance, see if we can get close to that 300 mark. So Rogue, last shot. Bit off the bottom of that. That was a good swing as well, just caught that off the bottom. Shame that, I've swung that pretty good. 160 ball speed, 279 distance, so yeah, you can see on the strike there a little bit off the bottom. So it launched at 8, spun at 3000. Pretty good shot, found the fairway, good distance, good ball speed. Just slightly out on the strike there. Okay, final shot, F8 plus. Again, wasn't perfect out in the middle, but good flight, nice and straight. Seems to be pretty consistent. Pitch right in the middle, 293. Considering that wasn't my best strike, and you can see on the face there, similar to that one a minute ago. It's a little bit off the toe, but 156 ball speed, 13.5 launch, backspin just over 2,300. Found the fairway, it's a not bad shot. Let's sit down now, take a look at that data. Okay, so you see me hit a few shots there on the quad. Obviously I get requests of comparing these drivers. Obviously the one issue you got is trying to match up the shaft and the loft and trying to get them as close as possible. But what I've used today is the two shafts that I find the best in both of these heads. So I've tried to put the best one in the Sub-Zero, the best one in the F8 Plus. So just to let you know, I've got the Ardilla 65 gram stiff in the Cobra, which is 45 inches. I've got the Project X Even Flow 6.0, 65 grams in the Callaway Rogue. So the F8 Plus shaft is ½ inch longer than the Rogue. So, but that's the ones I hit best in both. So both of these shafts aren't exactly the same. Obviously the heads, I've got them as close as possible. Put both weights forward on the setting. So Cobra has a 12 gram weight that moves forward. Sub-Zero has a 14 gram weight. So I've tried to get them the best setting for me. I know they're not exactly the same, so you expect to see some slight differences in numbers. But before we take a look at the data, let's take a look at the strikes. I'll put them up on the screen here. You can see, first of all, with the Rogue, very consistent, just slightly off the toe, but all down the same side of the head. I did hit one off the bottom, which I said on the camera there, but very consistent in line-wise. Cobra was more consistent across in height, but was slightly across the face, one edging towards the heel. I do tend to hit slightly off the toe, so you can look at the strikes there and get an idea. I'll probably expect more ball speed out of the Cobra because I've hit them slightly higher on the face, and you can kind of see that in the numbers. So let's take a look at the numbers. So ball speed, 157.7 Rogue, 158.2, very similar. Launch 10.1 Callaway Rogue, probably because I hit that one a bit off the bottom, so it brought down the numbers. 11.9 on Cobra. Backspin, very similar, just slightly higher on Cobra F8 Plus, just over 2,500 with the Cobra and just under 2,500 with the Rogue. Side spin, you can see everything was curving left. Very similar sort of averages there on the curve of the ball. Slightly higher flight with Cobra, again could have been to do with the strike. Carry distances 6 yards longer with Cobra F8 Plus, and total distance 291 with the Cobra F8 Plus and 287 with the Rogue. So just taking first glances at the numbers, you would say the F8 Plus just edged it in terms of the numbers there. If you look at the offline, again similar. The standard deviation was slightly better on F8 Plus. Let's take a look at the range view. So just taking a look at the range view here, you can see trajectory wise probably slightly more consistent with F8 Plus. Could have been to the way I struck it. Definitely a lot tighter dispersion with the F8 Plus. So on today's test, tried to do it as fair as possible, alternating the shots. F8 Plus edges it for me, but I do like this Rogue. I did hit this really well in the last testing. Looks wise, like both of these golf clubs, like the feel of both as well. But I think I'm really liking this Cobra. I did say in that last review, I think this is a really good golf club, but there's a golf club out there to suit every golfer. Definitely worth trying both of these golf clubs. There's not much in it for me. So we've got these now at American Golf, so you're welcome to come along to any American Golf, give these clubs a try, see if you can get a bit more out of them than what you can with your golf club. So just taking first glances at the numbers. So just taking first glance at that numbers, you'd say F8 very similar sort of trajectory looking at the side view.